with Miendiem, but I get a lot of pronunciations of this. It does not tend to follow the normal rules of English or any other known pronunciation, so we don't worry about it too much here. What we do worry about is the fact that we've got a Fighter Sword bracket match coming to you here in just a hot minute. Of course, this is on a 10-minute delay for tournament purposes, but that just means that our runners have been underway for about 9 minutes at this point.
Yep, and it is. We don't have that that sword starting out this week. We took away the mentors and we took away the sword. That's what we're doing for brackets this year in the mentor tournament. So definitely expect to see some sync starts. You've probably already seen some this week, and to take the whole thing if you can make it past Smirk, I would say. Probably you don't know him for his skill, but for all the work he does in the community, he's constantly tracking for one tournament or the other. He's kind of the guy in the school gymnasium volunteering to help out every day after every event, and that's why we all love him. And here we go. Let's see where they go. Okay, we got one house start. And and we got a mirror right in the house. So that's good to know.
Yep, Link to the Pastken, definitely one of those people in the community whose love for the game is unmatched. You will not find somebody who loves Link to the Past Rando more than this man.
Yeah, that is for sure. He may not have the skill, but he has the passion, and we're building that skill into him. As you have seen over the last 6 weeks, this man is on a mission to go from, well, not the very worst to the very best, but, well, let's say not the very worst to not the very best. How about that?
On a mission to improve, just like everybody who entered the Mentor tournament. We started off with a decent chunk of runners, and we've still got them. You know, we've had everybody make their way on over to brackets with just a couple of exceptions of people who had to drop out for, various personal reasons, which are, entirely reasonable when you start talking about a tournament that's already lasted 6 weeks and we're only now getting into the bracket stage.
Yep, we have 4 drops, and this time last year I believe we had 6 drops, so we're doing just fine. And there's not a pandemic keeping everyone home this year, so I'd say we got some pretty committed runners. Oh, we got a map check. Looks like we got a red crystal at the desert, and the other 2 are blue crystals. Don't expect these runners to be stuck in the light world for very long with that kind of information.
Probably happy to see that they're not going to have to necessarily do all of maybe the more difficult Dark World dungeons. You always kind of hope that you can avoid the long slog through Turtle Rock, maybe.
Both runners opting to go check Lumberjack Cave. Also checking that tree pole, finding that I believe that was the tier 2, right? We saw the tier 1 earlier, and checking that bush crab, getting bombs. That's going to be nice to make sure we can just completely clear CAC without having to stock up any.
I think those were both tier 1 tree poles on both sides. It was the blue rupees both times.
Okay, and I missed what was on that lumberjack, but we'll see it again on Ken's side.
$50, I believe.
All right. Don't think we're fighting Naga for that.
Yeah, both of these runners, I believe, were in the Speed Gaming Daily, which was actually, I think, a Cas Boots earlier, and Lumberjack turned out to be rather important in that one, so maybe on the mind of the runners as they get into their tourney match this evening.
Definitely both very prolific runners. Both I would describe as immune to seed bleed. You could see these guys run 2-3 ladders a day. Part of why you've seen Smirk get so much better so fast over the course of this tournament. Spending a lot of time training with Team 40 Bonks, hanging out with those guys, constantly stirring up casual races, just getting better, grinding almost every day.
Yeah, got into Rando and thought, oh, there's qualifiers for this main tournament thing. Let me just run those for a while. So really kind of cut his teeth on competitive Rando with the stand hard mode. Who does that?
It's all easy after that.
Yeah, no, it's all downhill from there until, and now he's been at it for a few months and decided, all right, well, now I'm going to pick up cross keys.
All right. Well, it looks like our timers are off by about 10 seconds, but even so, on execution, Smerk already has about 15 minutes on execution coming into Blind's Hut. Let's see if we get a stack of Rico and we get to start excitedly calling out item names, or if we have to find something else to excitedly talk about. Oh, we saw Ether. I missed the Ether. Oh, we got a glove. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I went forward in time to see that Ether. I need to cover that up. Maybe looking at the runner here for expressions. If you've got extra screen real estate, Smirk is very expressive, and his webcam is on. Don't be afraid to have multiple streams on open at once, kids, because he's quite the companion to look at right now.
Meanwhile, don't be afraid to go into Blind's hideout, where you will find not one, but both of the gloves.
Yeah, we don't need Cack Skip today as long as we find that Moon Pearl. We can just we can build Cack Skip in. Ken remembering that he's got the mirror in Blind's Hut, not saving him a ton of time, but he's happily deleting a lot of blocks in there.
I feel like sometimes deleting the blocks is just the fun part there. Yeah, maybe mildly faster, but you do it in that particular situation so rarely that you kind of go
It's just
sliding around
satisfying.
the room.
It's like scratching a mosquito bite. They're in your way all this time, and you get to finally do something about them.
You just wish it worked on Dead Rocks, you know? Can I mirror delete Dead Rocks?
All right, and Bottle Vendor giving us an S word.
Well, that's
Look at
one of the
us.
4 S words in the game. Now we can swing that around and see if we can't swat some things out of our way.
Yeah, I am eagerly waiting on these checks. I am looking for that Moon Pearl, another sword. That's gonna feel nice. I believe that puts Ganon up on the tracker. Am I incorrect? No, we our lamp to do that. So runners definitely don't want to see that lamp.
Well, 2 swords, 2 gloves. I mean, the Moon Pearl shows up and you don't even have to worry about it anymore, do you?
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's a
you
good point.
kinda do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, maybe
So
east side, depending on how familiar our runners might be with something like a current jump or a splash deletion.
I'm not super likely to show up. I'm more. Oh, Ken going for the chicken clip. He does not care. He will risk that soft lock for you the fans, because he cares about all of you. All right, calling on the library. Outer. Okay, let's just file
Yeah, the
that away
magic
on our
bag
mind.
full of swag.
If our trackers have pins, we're gonna pin that right there. Meanwhile, Smirk doing a blind YOLO into the race game. I totally agree with this. If you've got more than a handful of bombs and you got a sword and no boots, I think it's just faster to come in here, even no matter what you picked up, even if it's been a stack of Rico.
Yep, this is a play that he likes. We've had some discussions about it, and this is the way he wants to play the game. Totally legitimate.
Oh, not gonna snub his nose at that heart. I think I slightly disagree because we got blue mail and that sword already. And ether. Those mini Moldorms are not gonna be too. I think we're going off of old habits of. Oh, he's going up the mountain or back of escape. Back of escape.
Back of escape, I think, and maybe he was counting his pieces of heart, knowing that he already had 3. That did fill a 5th heart container for him.
It's a possibility that he just wanted that. I don't know. It feels so safe having 4 hearts, blue mail, ether, master sword. I'm gonna blame that on just habits of not being as good a runner 6 weeks ago as he is today, and he's just
That's
picking up
entirely
safety
possible.
items he doesn't actually need. Does not go for the back, even though he got the key. Dark Cross. He got the key for it. Doesn't want to spend the time to navigate there in the dark. Don't blame him. We can always come from the front later if we want to now. In fact, that's what we're doing right now. Not going for that South Shore. Not going for that easy mini Moldorm cave clear. Kind of disagree with this because he's shutting off tying this in with a potential Aga 1 climb if he has to do it later. Perhaps this is his way of saying that he doesn't expect that he's going to have to fight Aga this seed.
Yeah, that's a possibility. The other one is, there's been with the Assured Sword early on in the tournament, you get used to having this cleared and maybe, kind of trying to hedge against the possibility that his opponent is going to do the same thing. But it seems like linktothepastken just wants to go ahead and make the South Shore gamble.
Yeah, just play it like normal. We don't have to make this standard. We all got tired of standard and with stand hard. I guess Smirk didn't get the memo. Oh, it is rewarded for not getting the memo with that that lamp. You know what? After you do this, you gotta, right? You gotta mirror into dark and do dark cross, right? After you
Depending
go
on
through the
whether or
cell.
not you find the map at this point.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. We don't know if the map is in the cell or in the boomerang chest. Meanwhile, Ken, I did not see what was in the dam, but he's going over to the desert. Obviously, nothing important was in the dam,
It
but
was
he's
a
gonna.
bottle as the sunken treasure.
Oh, okay. So we did get something useful, and he's gonna check that desert ledge and pop on in and see what our friend Agina. Oh, he's gonna. Okay, thought he was gonna check Agina first for a second. I did not catch if that was the burrito on me, or I said your name.
It was a full heart container.
Okay, so we still got that map, and if this is not the map, then he just well, gosh, does he save and quit? I can't imagine you go for Aga this early. There's so many options left. We've got all of South Shore. We've got all of Eastern Palace except for the boss itself. Yeah, there's so much of this map is open to us. We've got 3 checks on Death Mountain we can do, and whatever all of those checks open up. So yeah, he's just gonna save and quit. Yep. Oh no, he forgot that he already has the. Nope. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it took a second, but he did remember.
But gonna walk out of here. Where is he walking? Where's he
sure.
going? It's faster to walk. Eastern, I guess.
Trot over to Eastern?
Yeah, is that? I guess that is faster than the reset and the transition. Actually, that might be faster than a save and quit no matter what, even if you're going to South Shore here. That might have been the right call. Now, the hesitation, he probably lost it back, but I mean that's going to happen to all of us. How often do you decide to mirror out of Cell and go to South Shore? Meanwhile, Ken hoofing it back over to South Shore. I don't think that's faster. I think it would have been quicker to save and quit and reload back at Link's house to walk over to Mini Moldorm Cave.
That's the way
Definitely
you
would have had
usually
a
see the
sword
play
moves.
done, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe we have to time it. Maybe Ken knows something we all don't.
That wouldn't be the first time that a mentee has discovered a new bit of time save. If anybody has heard about the Philly Pot, the new lineup for the Harapot with a bomb that has a couple of extra pixels of leeway on your horizontal position for the sprite.
Absolutely
nice.
is the right call on Ken's part here.
Ether from Mini Moldorm Cave, absolutely.
Now, so okay, other than that lamp, Ken is slightly ahead, but I would say that lamp puts Smirk way ahead unless Ken lucks into it later and doesn't waste a lot of time over there. Meanwhile, Mini Moldorm Cave having a hot lot of nothing. We'll see what Ice Rod Cave has.
Yeah, we did get some alternate strats from Smirk there, the Good B release.
Yep, we got that B+. A little too late to sell it to the bottle vendor and save up a little bit more on our Zora money. So we're not going to see Zora money or a Zora turn in unless one of these runners finds a big fat 300 either on, let's see, Hobo, Ice Rod Cave, or gosh, we don't even have. I don't even expect to see either of these guys go into a Zora area without having either boots or Moon Pearl.
Yeah, seems unlikely. We have no splash delete equipment, nothing to do things any of the more reasonably standard ways. You know, as you mentioned, boots or flippers would have been one of those things. Maybe Ice Rod Cave has one of those things, though.
Yeah. Yeah, if JohntheBranch is mentoring either of these racers, he's going to tell them, and let's see if Ken doesn't do it, and neither does Smirk. He would have told them to walk down, check Lake Hylia Island, go talk to the hobo, and swim back out, and then and swim over to Eastern Palace. But it looks like they're both saving quitting to the sanctuary, and they're going to climb the mountain instead. So let's see if that's the right call. I definitely think in Ken's state, he should not have gone this way because he does not logically know that he's got mountain access. Did Ken do back of escape yet? What did Ken just do? He just saved and quit accidentally again.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Seems to be heading towards the village, maybe?
Yeah.
Did he leave a check behind here somewhere?
Did he possibly leave a check?
Oh, is he going to do? He's going to turn the bottle into the small child.
Oh, okay. Wow, he's just doing a really early sick kid. Maybe he's taking risks because he knows he's the underdog here. He definitely knows he's the underdog here. He was talking in the some of the Go Mode podcast Discord channels about how I think his exact words were something to the effect of Smirk destroying him the last time they ran into each other, and that was just 7 days ago on ladder. So definitely could be on his mind that he needs to take some really spicy, really risky plays to make it, to get that edge that he needs.
Yeah, and turning that bottle could have been a really interesting find. It was, in fact, the Bombos medallion, so we'll kind of hold on to that as a could be important later kind of item.
Well, right, but Smirk is going to get that just fine later. He's gonna be going through Village of Outcasts, and he's gonna mirror over there unless he completely forgets to do Sick Kid.
Now, who knows, maybe he finds what he thinks is go mode up here on the mountain only to discover later that he needs Bombos for Mire.
Noxy in chat saying, always here for an underdog story. I am with you, Nox. You might look at the bracket predictions and notice that I bet a lot of money on 00 Ken here, and if he pulls it through, let's just say a certain commentator is going to sail through on all the prediction points. And Ice Rod inside, if I had been paying attention, we would have said that earlier. I think you did.
Yeah, it's a nice find. I was kind of hinting at that with the finding go mode on the mountain comment, but, it wasn't explicitly stated.
Well, you see, it wasn't on the mountain, it was in the mountain.
A very fine and lawyerly distinction, I see.
Also, we don't know if we have to fight Trey next yet. We haven't gotten a Dark World map check yet. Let's see if we see one right now as Smirk portals on over here to Mir. Let's see if he remembers to hit X right now.
I always forget this, but here he does.
Yep, and that lovely bunny sprite of Adolfo, I believe is the name, or Astolfo. What is the name of that cat?
Okay, here's the part where I get my nerd card taken away from me. I never played the game.
Oh, man. All right, well, that cat has a canon name, and someone in chat is going to tell it to us. Meanwhile, Ken diving into the basement. Let's hope he realizes that he does not have to do Dark Cross. Has he done Back of Escape yet, actually? If he hasn't, I kind of might expect to see him just save and quit from here.
I don't think he has, because I think the key was back there. Because when Smirk went down there, we talked about how he was carrying that into the...
He was in the back, so
area.
Hopefully... Okay, yeah, he's paying attention, and he's going to go to Sanctuary and probably drop in from the back. If he's... I don't believe he uses one of the trackers that will tell him, so he will have to pay attention if he's got the map. The bug has been fixed now to where if you pick up the map at all in Escape, you will see it in all parts of Escape. It used to be in Uncle and Escape. If you picked up the map in one zone, you did not see that map in the other. I believe there are 3 zones in Escape, and you would not see it in your inventory if you paused in either of those other zones. So you would assume that you did not pick up the map yet, and thus would skip that last check. But that has been fixed as of, what, about 2 months ago?
Somewhere around there, right after it caused some fairly serious problems. I think there was a main tournament match that hinged on that.
Yes. Screws up a mentor tournament match. Doesn't get fixed. You got to mess up a main tournament match to get your bug fixed. All right, and Ken finding his nothing in Back of Escape. Let's see, probably going up the mountain here to follow Smirk. Probably about 3 minutes behind by now, I would say. Definitely that huge execution advantage playing in for Smirk.
Did Smirk make it over to check Agina? Because there may be a check or two on Kin's side that Smirk has not made, like getting the Bombos medallion off of the small child.
He has not gotten the Bombos medallion, and he has... Oh, wow, Ken! What? Speaking of taking risks because he wants to unlock that seed. Farming that... Just doing some wacky plays here. Being full clown route. Doing a hula hand.
That's a funny looking key that Smirk just found, though. It's kind of long and red and sharp.
Yeah? Yeah? Smirk got the best big key.
Of a lot of boss fights.
Yeah, it opens that Moldorm fight right up very fast. All right, let's see where Ken heads now. Now we're finally going up the mountain. We've been teased enough times. We're gonna make it. And what do we have? Just a burrito. Does that mean Smirk has to go back in? I haven't. Well, okay, we don't have a
Well,
small
the big key
key.
was in the basement, so he
Okay.
has the
Oh,
items.
we already
Whatever
did
the
go
other
in the
one was, I
basement.
only noticed the sword.
I apologize. I was definitely not looking at that side of the screen, trying to figure out where Ken was going.
So I don't think we have a whole lot left outside of the eastern area at this point, do we?
We've got Saha Eastern, and that's it. So this is closing up. It could still turn into an Aga seed. In which case, both of the runners going to feel a tiny bit silly that they didn't put off that front of escape, especially since they had the mirror and they didn't even have to death warp back up to that front of the castle. Meanwhile, Ken gonna clean up behind Smirk, and we're gonna see what's been hiding here in Sphere 1 this entire time.
Yeah, Spear 1 often strikes. Are we going to see a Moon Pearl? Is there maybe a hammer here, a hook shot to get over onto the other side of the mountain, which is why I like to make this play before going up the mountain?
Yeah, especially if you didn't have the lamp yet, Ken. And there's our money. We didn't have to Houlihan after all. We could have just put this off, and we just had to put off getting our money.
Yeah, it's all well and good. There are enough money checks later on.
Oh, wow. Eschewing. He knows he has up to 3 checks in Eastern, but he says, you know what? Nope. I'm just gonna go to Aga. I assume my moon pearls on that pyramid ledge or catfish. Oh no, it can't be catfish. Where can it be? Or wait, are there checks we haven't seen on Smirk's side in this direction?
I'm not sure. Is this maybe a fake flipper to hobo and then a Zora play?
I suppose so. He could be just checking to see, hey, maybe we can sequence break. That's got to be all it can be.
That's a supremely interesting choice on Smirk's side, if that is in fact the case. We're going to nope out of logical checks in Eastern Palace to go to an illogical check, and then one total out of the way one-off check.
Yeah. Does he go back to Eastern Palace if this doesn't pan anything? I have questions for both of these runners. I have many questions for both of these runners. And I suspect that, in fact, being one of these runners mentors this tournament, I know that their mentors have questions for them.
That is usually the way of the world.
Yeah, it's this is the tournament you go to learn in. And I am very eager to see what's on this hobo, and I do want to see Smirk's return into the water setup here. I want to see how he lines it up, because everyone's got their little different twist on it, and everyone thinks the other person, thinks the other person's going to soft lock it, and they never do. But you always think they will. And look at that, we got a Gibdo stunner.
Yep, one out of logic Redarang. Why not?
Yep, all right. Lines up his splash delete, or sorry, his fake flipper just fine. I suppose it's a type of splash delete. Splash deleting by screen transition. All right, and is he swimming back up to Eastern? No, he is going over to just Zora. Let's see. I do believe if we are experts in Splash Delete, we can do it with Red Boomerang and Ice Rod, but does he know that? I highly doubt it. So I think we're just going to see him go over and talk to Zora. And where does he go from there? Does he go up to Aga with 2 checks left? 2 to 3 checks left, or does he go back into Eastern?
I have to think he makes the Aga play at that point. You cannot just walk away from Eastern at the point that he did and say, nope, you know what, this is just gonna wait.
Oh, please tell me Ken did not get trapped during coffee break. He looks like he might be on just the wrong pixel. We're gonna have to wait it out now.
I think he's okay. Speaking of, Ken did show us the other item in Tower of Hera. It's in the front basement cage, and it's just 20 rupees.
Oh, hey, 22 minutes in. Did we say hello to our? I don't think we've said hi to our tracker. Hey, tjjoll, you're here. Thanks for all the work you're doing. We were so excited about the runners at the head of this race. We didn't say hello to our dutiful tracker, who's making sure you can all see what items each runner has, and our restreamer, who makes the entire thing happen on one screen. That's Trey Spyre.
Yep, much thanks to both of them. They have the difficult jobs. All we have to do is sit here and talk about it.
And thank you to one of our many Mentor Tournament admin Zamareth for editing the commands and reminding me that we haven't thanked the Restreamer or the tracker yet. And coming out of nothing in Eastern Palace, where do we go? We got our bombos, so we did check Sick Kid. Oh no, we're getting bombos because we're checking Sick Kid, and then where do we go from there?
I mean, Smirk is running low on locations.
Yeah.
Linktothepastken has done, Agina already. Maybe Smirk wants to clear that up before the inevitable Aga play. Or at least inevitable to him, because, well, again, Eastern Palace is just sitting there. 5 checks fully in logic because that lamp has been in inventory for days now. It's as if Smirk decided that he wanted to make one skip and absolutely stick to it, but now is kind of thinking, but I don't really want to do Aga.
Whoever wants to do Aga. But
I'm
he's
pretty
gonna
sure the
come to
answer is nobody, but when you have the Tempered Sword already and a Boomerang, it's not like the climb is all that difficult.
It's still what 5-6 minutes out of your way. I get the hesitation. If you find Moon Pearl here in Agina's hut, you feel really bad.
And this worm is trying to give Ken the business.
Well, Ken gave him the business right back.
1/1 spin and a few extra swipes for good measure.
Wants us all to know what he thinks of Moldorm.
I think he speaks for us all.
All right, Smirk, dip it back into Eastern Palace. Not going to Aga. Has a very sour look on his face. Should have just done this while we were here already. We had the lamp. We had what we needed to do it fast, other than a bow or hookshot or boots. But we had the lamp. We were here, and we didn't do it. Now we got to come back. And we think we're behind, but no, we're not, because Ken he thought he was behind the whole time, and so he was doing some weird things. Ken, is he going to Aga?
This looks like the spicy Aga play without going over
Yeah,
to the eastern area at all.
I'm all for it. I am 100% for it, unless one of those 2 to 3 items that is accessible in Eastern Palace here turns out to be progression. This is the correct play. I believe on Ken's tracker, he has not done Saha though, has he?
I believe he has not, and here's the thing. If he kills Aga, either the Moon Pearl is on the Pyramid Ledge, in which case he's going to get it, or he can just bunny walk right on over there, or mirror and go on over to Eastern area anyway.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
there's
Smirk
Bo.
is finding a French vanilla bow in Eastern Palace. Because
well,
wouldn't you?
Ken's gonna find that French vanilla bow too. So, assuming that one of those 2 remaining checks, because we do have 2 checks left now, here in Eastern Palace, is not some other form of progression. That will be nice. Gosh. Now, if you're Ken, here's the question later. He's gonna be coming in here. Pod is it's tough because Pod is a pendant. You got to go into Crystal Eastern, right? You mirror into Crystal Eastern. You get that bow and you say, okay, now do I finish Pod later, or what do I do with it?
I feel like a situation like that, you just go ahead and make the dive right on into Palace of Darkness.
We have Leoria of Light in the chat. She can tell us exactly what you do in this situation.
Well, I think we all know what Leoria's answer is going to be to that.
All right, let's see if Smirk nails his. Oh, he did. He just swung his sword a little too early to get that second Stalfos. He could have just sat there and swung, and he still would have gotten him. Meanwhile, Ken just making his way slowly uptown, climbing this castle. We've got a blue goo.
Got a vanilla big key there on Smirk's side.
Let's see that. Yeah, this tower is this castle is an easy climb for pretty much anyone. You've got a bacon sword. You've got 7 hearts blue mail. I guess if you're feeling really, really impatient, maybe you're feeling a little road rage at this kind of climb, you might just use your ether to freeze some red guards and keep them in place a little bit longer. Probably losing a little bit of time on this. definitely not happy with the fact that a single green rupee is the freeze prize. Smirk getting the damage boost off to get the chest here. Gets that big key. And he's going to finish the dungeon out. See if those dancing statues have anything interesting on them.
Still looking for one item. The second item was found, Piece of Heart.
Yeah, I do believe we've already, we're still waiting on a non-dungeon item. Oh! Well, Ken. Sorry, Ken.
That is a rough find, but this could still be to Ken's advantage. What he needs is for the hammer to be over here on the eastern side of the Dark World somewhere.
Yeah, that would do it, assuming Smirk does not know Kern Jump, which I doubt he does. That is one of the higher level, you've got to deliberately learn that. It's probably about as hard to learn as Hammer Jump and comes in handy a lot less.
Yeah, I'm less sure what all is in Smirk's bag of tricks these days, although I know that he has added Hammer Jump to it specifically because he started playing cross keys.
Oh.
Meanwhile, not getting all the cooperation he might have hoped for out of that Red Igor.
Oh, finding out from fellow Team 40 Bonks mentee John Snoo that Smirk does know Kern Jump. So yeah, I don't think that is actually going to matter this race at all. I think this is just a big, huge advantage for Smirk over here.
Yeah, we'll see as he pockets that second crystal at 30 minutes.
Meanwhile, I have not been counting blue balls, but it feels like we've been on AGA 1 for forever.
Well, it always feels like you've been on AGA 1 for forever. Even the fast fight feels slow.
Yep, it's a fight that's scripted every time. You can save maybe about 30 frames the whole fight, and you can lose time by messing it up.
Yeah, not a lot of gains to be had there. If you knew where he was going next, you could try and knock him in that direction, but not really something that you can do in Rando.
Yep, you can send him towards the middle, and on average that'll save you a tiny bit of time. But again, it's maybe half a second the whole fight. All right, and down goes the wizard. Let us see where that hammer is. Meanwhile, Smirk, starting out over on the west side of things, not going into Skullwoods, deciding that Pendant Skullwoods is not overworld checks. He's going to come back to that later if he wants to actually finish off the dungeon. And what do we have on the pyramid ledge? Just a bloopy. So where is Ken going to walk to?
Probably about the only location he has left. He's going to walk in the Dark World over towards Eastern, and then he'll mirror over.
Yep. Lets him preserve a portal, and then if he gets that mirror in East, because he has he has done his map check, so he knows that it's a pendant over in Pod, so he still might decide to dip it, having the money to do it and already being here. I mean, he is taking the risky spicy blaze, and he's gonna feel super far behind as soon as he finds that pearl. Yeah, I feel like he's committing to going into Pod if he's bunny walking over here.
Yep, going to find out here in a second if he doesn't already know that Kiki will not follow the bunny version of Link.
We're going to go into Saha's closet. Oh, first we're going to bonk into Saha's hut. Now we're going to go into Saha's closet. Meanwhile, Smirk, remembering he's got that mirror, and he got a flute somewhere. I was not paying attention. Where did that flute come from? That just showed up.
Yeah, that was Village of Outcasts.
Yeah. So we mirrored on over to activate that.
And apparently he's going to go ahead and use it. Does not have a whole lot of interest in Thieves Town right at the moment.
Picks up his bomb to avoid his that portal. Sorry, on Ken's side, noticing he didn't want to get in his mirror and have to, or into his mirror portal and have to get back out. I think he was really expecting to see that moon pearl in that hut. I know he knows it's here somewhere because his logical access points are basically just eastern here.
And that'll be a fine location for him to have that mirror portal if he still wants to do pod after he gets into this dungeon and finds the moon pearl. It's actually back over there by Kiki. He'll be able to go pick up the monkey relatively easily.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Smirk just finding Big Love, Small Love in the Meyer Shack, a little old place where you can get 2 items.
Alright, still no invincibility items on Ken's side as we traverse through here, so as we drop down we're still going to have to do a little mini Indiana Jones and hope we can avoid the big Indiana Jones, which we do as always. Checkerboard Cave has nothing, like always, except for when it has a Moon Pearl.
Or Fire Rod. I've seen Fire Rod vacationing there a time or two.
Alright, and did we get a check on our access to Misery Mire?
If we did, I missed it. Stealing
And
a glance at Smirk's personal tracker, he does not have anything marked for Meyer.
Alright, we're not boots locked in the desert whatsoever, so we can complete this entire dungeon, get our red crystal. As soon as we get flippers, well, no, we're going to need flippers and hookshot to do Swamp Palace and get our other red crystal.
Yeah, still a number of things that our runners are going to need to find to make a seed of this.
Yep, Ken pausing, showing that he does not have a tracker that tracks whether or not he has the big key. It is a thing to note. Ken has been in the scene for, gosh, long before I have. Years. I think he's been poking around since 2018. Someone who's been around that long could tell me. And we've seen a lot of improvement out of him in the last 6 weeks. You would not have seen him do that Stalfos room. You would not see him pumping against walls like you see him doing occasionally. Just a lot of these tricks. He's finally taken the hard work. He does not have the best manual dexterity in his thumb, so it's a little tough for him to pick up some of these things, but he's picking them up and he's trucking through. Now, it's probably not gonna matter this race, but we'll see. We'll see what he can do.
Yeah, it's always nice to see somebody who loves the game actually getting better at it. And, it's not just Ken, it's everybody in the tournament. Everybody came into this thinking, you know what, I'd like to be a little better at the game, because otherwise, why would you, just continue to play the game at your own pace? Instead, you've decided to put yourself out there and say, you know what, there are things that I need to learn. There are things that I know that I can get better at, and there are some people out there who are really willing to help me learn them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously there are a ton of runners here that have had just incredible improvement over the course of this tournament. I can think of half a dozen off the top of my head, including Smirk himself here.
Alright, Ken putting those green Igors to the sword, picking that key up.
Yeah. He's got his Moon Pearl. I'm sure he's thinking about the horrible implications of that time he spent hanging out with his buddy Aga 1. Maybe he's going to go into Independent Pod, though, and pick out that hammer, and everything's going to come up Ken, though. You never know.
Yep, we're waiting for it. Something like that. Maybe the hook shot is in there. It could be a hot minute before Smirk finds that. If, whatever is in Pod. That is a little off the radar for him at the moment, I think. Ken gonna go ahead and take out these Armos Knights. Finally, the Meyer check from Smirk. It is Quake, the one medallion we do not have. Yep, Ken taking crystal number 2 there. Smirk going to head back for the Village of Outcasts portal here, back into the Dark World.
Yep. Ken taking his portal back. He definitely is gonna go talk to Kiki and see what we can find. See if we can fight that big elephant, if we can find that hammer in here. And I think he's gonna bonk. Yeah, that's gonna bonk. Meanwhile, how far did we get into Thieves Town? Did we check front 4? Or is this our first trip in?
This is the first trip in.
Okay, yes it is.
Yeah, he activated the flute and decided to bypass it in favor of going over to the Mire area and clearing out desert. Probably in hopes of finding the hammer beforehand.
Oh, Ben, you have no idea. For those of you keeping track, you got to keep playing this game after this mentor tournament to keep getting better. Smirka is getting compared a lot to DJ Darkwing, who last year was one of those guys that you said, maybe he doesn't belong in fighter bracket. Let's see how he does. And well, the next year he ended up in the main tournament. And Smirka is definitely getting a lot of comparisons to that. You won't be surprised if he does make it into the main tournament next year, but you got to practice. Because right next to Darkwing last year was yours truly, people saying might make it into the main tournament next year. And well, you stop practicing for a long time, and you stop getting better.
Yep, it's one of those things, and I've told Smirk and a few other people this as well. You're going to go as far as your skill takes you. You can go as far in the game as you want to go, but that does include, actually sitting down and putting in the work.
Yeah, and the work gets more and more. These, I've joked about on previous races, runner inflation in this mentor tournament, but really a fighter sword runner this year is like a master sword runner last year and on up.
Yeah, and it's always nice to see just how the community keeps on growing. It's been nice to see in, other formats, not just this tournament and not just other tournaments that are going on, but, more kind of daily type races, where we've seen a lot of these mentor tourney runners being the infusion of new blood and bringing the numbers for things like ladder and speed gaming dailies back up.
Ken, that's not how we taught you to do Mimic 1. See, the best part about the mentor tournament next year, current mentees, is watching your mentees race this game. And he already went up the middle, so he's gonna find just that small key there. So, did he check that center bridge check? I cannot remember. Meanwhile, we're still finding nothing in Thieves Town either. Both of these runners finding a whole fat lot of nothing other than that flute in Village of Outcasts. What was that, 5-6 minutes ago? It's been a pretty stingy seed for the last little bit here.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, and, Smirk has that small key in hand over in Thieves Town, but no hammer.
Yeah, well, we might find that we don't need. I wasn't tracking items. Let's see if he pauses and checks his map compass status. He might have it up on his tracker. Well, Ken doing one of his weird little efficient routes. He's got that circular breathing technique that sometimes he just does something weird that you say like, yeah, that's about 5 seconds faster than the way I would have done it, and the way anyone would have done it.
Yeah, the frontal pod, one of those things where you're going to find at least 4 small keys, but until you found a couple of items where you've opened all of the chests, the opportunity exists for there to still be things left behind for you.
All right, and let's see the long hair of the mullet. We call it the mullet dungeon because it's business up front and party in the back. Here's where you often find all the goodies. Ken needs to find 2 small keys on this side of the basement to bother going into Harmless Hellway. Smirk very upset that he fell off of script there and doesn't understand why. And this is why you need to have his stream up if you don't. Oh, and the hammer! Oh, the hammer!
Blind dropping the hammer on Smirk. No, blind
oh
dropping
my
the
gosh!
hammer for Smirk.
I mean, he's upset about this, but what he doesn't know is that basically, that gives him what? Probably a 20-minute lead at this point? Like
that is
he's
going to be a substantial advantage, and he has no idea.
yeah, he has no idea what a tremendous advantage he has because he dodged the agabait, which he knows he dodged agabait because I mean he all but last location that pearl, so he knows there's a good chance his opponent did not dodge that, especially because he knows his opponent is gonna possibly go for that spicy aga play. So he's really he should be sitting pretty, but you know it's rando, so you always think you're half an hour behind.
Yeah, it's easy to think my opponent has made all of the right plays and none of my mistakes, which is usually not actually true.
Isn't that how ladder works? Isn't
Pretty
that
much.
how Lazy Kid matches you up?
That's been my experience anyway. Another
All
one of
right.
the Mentor tournament runners. So last summer, her mentor Ninjimbro, every time I tend to start doing well on the ladder, get 3 or 4 wins in a row, I just match up against Ninjimbro, and I realize, no, you know what? I'm not actually good at this game after all.
Now Smirk is good at this game, and he's feeling really satisfied. This should feel satisfying, where you just get to go down, grab the frog. You don't get to powder, but you get to do hammer pegs here, which you just got the hammer out of that thieves' town. I believe he did not have to go back and check the big chest, but someone could correct me. I think that big chest had a dungeon item left in it. It could be wrong.
Admittedly,
All right.
I for one was not counting.
And we get our Kiki money. So if we got to go back into pod for on his side, on Smirk's side, which we know we don't, but he might end up there. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, Leoria, you have been betrayed. Did we go in and turn in the green pendant? Oh, we haven't. We didn't kill?
No,
We didn't kill
Ken
Helmasaur.
noped out without defeating Helmasaur.
Yeah, Ken, why didn't you do Helmasaur? Gonna have to ask him about that. You commit to that kind of play. Why don't you finish off the big old elephant with green? Smirk, where are you going? Obviously, you're not turning in the purple chest, are you? Okay, yes, you are.
Thinks about it, decides to double back and do it after all.
I think he was deciding whether or not he was going to mirror and flute, or if he wanted to. Gosh, I don't know why you wouldn't just mirror and flute. What does being in the dark, having a dark world portal preserved over there do for you, unless this purple chest has a book in it, or flippers? Oh, it lets you check K45 along the way. That's what it does. And Stumpy.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
I wonder if he just kind of forgot to remember to snag the purple chest initially and then wondered why it wasn't following him.
that could be.
Wouldn't be the first time I've done something
Ken,
like
having fun. Doing something he learned a few weeks ago. Hopefully he gets the technique down. Looks like he gets the arrows right. Let's see if he gets the bombs right. Does he get in the water in time? He did not get in the water in time. So okay, he did. He was going for that trip into the fairies, and he did not make it into the fairy fountain.
I'm not sure if he has reset his Ancilla since the defeat of the Armos Knights.
I don't believe he did. And also his
stuff with the Ancilla values that you need for Splash Delete to work.
Yeah, that's something we might want to point out to him. And also, his positioning was not correct. Now, it still probably would have gotten him in there because it is really forgiving on the Waterfall Fairy. Oh, trying to stun. Did we determine is our stun prize red hearts or hearts? Also, where was that hook shot? Can someone tell me where that hook shot was? Lumaga, where was that hook shot? Meanwhile, Hype Cave. It was on Catfish. Oh, and Red Cane in Hype Cave. So, gosh, I mean, I don't see Smirk not running up in that direction and catching it right now. In fact, he might walk right past Pod after he turns in this. Interesting that he didn't. Does that mean he plans on saving quitting after he turns in the chest?
Or
maybe
mirror and fluting is more likely, given that he now has the hammer in inventory and can.
Oh, right. He has the hammer, so he can just go. Yeah. He can just take the portal on 5.
But Ken's gonna take that hook shot and go up the mountain.
I don't blame him. We've got, let's see, we've got full Dark World access over there, so we can check all of Hookshot Cave and Paradox Cave, Spiral Cave if we want to. Technically, Spike Cave's not in Logic, but we have the tank to do it if we really want to. And then what else is left? Paradox and possibly, well, Ken hasn't been to Hype Cave, so he cannot pop in and check out what's going on inside of Turtle Rock, but
Well,
could if he had it.
Ken also has not done Thieves Town, and so does not have the hammer, and would not be going into Turtle Rock anyway.
Oh,
because
you're
he can't
right.
open the
You're
portal.
right. Can't even get there 2 different ways. Might
So
work
both
out
of
to
our
his...
runners missing kind of important pieces of the puzzle at the moment, and Smirk is going to go ahead and follow his mentor Leori's hopes and dreams into Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, now let's see if he takes out that big masked elephant or skips it too. I imagine he full clears it. He's got to assume he's got the execution advantage, so there's no reason to leave that kind of stone unturned with the 2 extra checks sitting on top of it. Oh wait, was there a check on if anyone was really checking the items, was there a check left on King Helmasar?
I think the answer to that is yes. I feel like
Oh,
we saw both
silvers.
items. Yeah, silvers, nice.
And a fetch quest. Ken
who
has
doesn't love
not
a good fetch quest.
Ken has not done Stumpy yet, so that'll feel good for him.
Just another nice option to be able to tie in there.
Falling down the hole on one of the easiest bomb jumps. That's a paddling. Oh, just gonna go up Super Bunny Cave since he missed that little trick. Why not? We've got a mirror.
Already done Hera, so you can go up here and then you can go down Spiral Cave to finish off the route.
Gotta get faster with those trigger fingers, Ken. Switch over to hookshot and switch back to mirror, so you save half a second. All right, Smirk showing us how to do Mimic 1. Almost perfect. All right, Ken reminding us that there's a big green magic refill under that one skull. Bet you didn't know it was there. Ken knew it was there.
Yeah, it's a nice one to get, particularly if you're not going into Turtle Rock. Otherwise, the front of Turtle Rock has one for you as well.
All right, now, did Ken check this bridge? Yes, he did, because he mirrored after he checked it. All right,
Yeah, the little raised platform area here is 10 sticks, I think.
Okay, and once Ken has his hammer, he can get in there. And once they have their fire rod, they can full clear it. Well, Ken's also going to need his red cane, but he's going to find that soon enough. He won't be outside of, or he won't go without checking Hype Cave for too much longer once he's done on the mountain.
Yep, the Call of Density almost guaranteed to draw all runners to it.
Yeah, especially when you've picked up that shovel, you've already got the mirror. And he's done in Hookshot Cave. He thinks about it for a second. He says, what else can I go to? And there's one more check. I think he did not check Floating Island yet.
He did. It was 3 bombs, but I believe he still has Spiral Cave available.
Yeah, it's Spiral Cave, and he just gives up on Spiral Cave. Just going for the spice. I guess the spice must flow. Meanwhile, save and quitting to the pyramid ledge. Where are we going now, Ken? What are we up to now?
I'm not sure where this play goes. I guess you can go north and hookshot across.
That's a possibility. Yeah, he could be going to King's Tomb and Pyramid Ledge. Or not King's Tomb, just Pyramid Ledge, sorry. And then you've got Skullwoods as overworld checks, and you've got all of Thieves Town. All of Village of Outcasts, which has already been done on the other side, and we know Flute's over there, so it'll be a nice pickup when he does get it. But yeah, it looks like he's moving around the world counterclockwise, so we're not going to see him pick up that red cane for quite a while. But when he does, he's going to have his flute with him, so he's going to be able to do Mire. I think that means he's presumably he's going to check Desert Palace first, so as long as he finds the flippers before then, he's going to be go-moding Mire and Turtle Rock later. Smirk, I expect we'll see doing the same thing. We're really just looking for flippers at this point, aren't we? Oh,
Speaking
and
of things
Fire
we're
Rod.
looking for, hello, Quake Medallion there in the Graveyard Ledge. That's something that Kin's going to need.
Yeah, it is. Something both runners are going to need.
And Smirk's going to turn his nose up at Helmasaur King as well.
Wow, both runners eschewing that green pendant. Doing Leoria dirty. I'm sorry. Sorry you had to see that. Meanwhile, have we gotten a bumper ledge check? Because we're about to if we haven't. Yes, we have. Oh, I think we have.
No, I don't think Smirk went north in the Dark World at all.
And it's nothing.
Yep, 20 bucks
Meanwhile,
not going to get the
Smirk
job
going
done.
back up the mountain without the hook shot. Ooh, that's going to be a big time sink because he's not going to be able to check on this trip. He's not going to be able to check Hookshot Cave. He is going to be able to do Paradox Cave. He is going to be able to... Gosh, he's going to be able to go into... He's going to be able to go into Turtle Rock, but he's not going to be able to do much unless we find Fire Rod in TR or on Spiral Cave.
Yeah, there is a key layout for Turtle Rock where you can take the Turtle Rock small key bait all the way to Laser Bridge. It's very particular, not by any stretch of the imagination to guarantee.
Nope, but yeah, Fire Rod has been in Mimic Cave before, for sure. It's been in Mimic Cave, been on Laser Bridge. The only place it can't be in Turtle Rock is on the three-headed monster itself. Meanwhile, Ken making overworld checks out of Skull Woods. And Spiral Cave is getting checked, so we're going to know if we get another advantage on Smirk's side or if Ken just saves some time. Ken hooking through, gets that, nails it. Oh, I missed. I just barely missed that check. That's okay. I'm going to catch it again on the replay.
It was a bottle, and it was the blue cane on Link to the Pastken side in Pinball Room.
All right, so we've got our first invincibility item for the game. We've finally got our actual logical... Well, actually, I think with the 2 bottles, we have logical access to Spike Cave anyway. Meanwhile, Smirk gonna portal over here. Let's see if what fancy routing he has over here on Death Mountain. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do with the mirror, especially if you've been coming out in a different direction than usual. If you don't have hookshot, lots of fun ways to navigate here. Ken checking this room the slow way because he does not have that red cane.
Yep, waiting out the Wall Master and then saying, here, have a taste of the Tempered Sword.
Yep. And he'll probably just take a ride back. And Fire Rod! All right, Ken. Oh, he doesn't need to take a ride back. He's got a mirror.
French Vanilla Fire Rod in Pendant Skull Woods. You love and hate to see it.
All right, Smirk's got his silvers. Boy, that's a... Well, Ken might claw his way back into this race. I don't think it's happening, but he's got a chance again.
Yeah,
he's got that Fire Rod.
In front of Skull Woods as Overworld strikes again.
Yeah, he's got that Fire Rod. He's got that Quake. He's gonna find that hammer. He's going there right now. He's going into Village of Outcasts. He's gonna find. I mean, I think on execution, Smirk is still ahead, even if Ken does everything perfectly from here. But gosh, it might actually be close, especially if Ken Galaxy Brains those flippers.
Yeah, one of those things that we have not seen yet, but, you know, Smirk still has some opportunities to give some more time back. That Quake Medallion particularly is in a location that may not be front of mind for him.
All right, so what's King Helmasaur's revenge? He has boots on green pendant turn in, and it's Bob's chest, Bob's torch. I'm gonna say that's our. We've got to pretend this is speed gaming in chat here, so we're theory crafting. What's the worst way that skip could have bit both of the runners here? And going into Turtle Rock, what do we got? Smirk's gonna hit his ether. Ken still has not. I believe. Is this where he gets his flute? I do not remember
I
the
believe it
exact
is.
check was on. Yep, that's where it is. Does he? Yep, goes right to his mirror. Doesn't even quick swap it. He's so eager. He says, "No, I'm bringing that up in the menu. I'm so happy." He's gonna be even happier when he gets that hammer on blind.
Yep, this is an interesting spot to be, and Smirk is going to go ahead and make this fire rodless play into Turtle Rock. Now, of course, Ken has already found that, so this may be
And
value
gets the
and may
key.
not be. Yeah, but we
He's
have
gonna
the
get
first
baited
part
in
of it.
there. Let's see
Yeah,
how much
the
time
bait
he
is real.
loses.
If it's something over on the fire rod locked side instead, this is just time that, well, I mean, the very front of TR, you're kind of going to have to go through anyway, so if you've opened the doors, it's not too terrible, but...
I mean, every step he takes here is wasted time unless he can get to the back, right?
Or
It's
unless he
opening
gets
the
something
chest
like
is
the
the only
flippers
time
that he
that's
needs.
it's opening the chest that's not redundant. Oh yeah, if he finds flippers along the way, that's great. That's wonderful here. And in fact, not having Fire Rod probably helped him because it means he's just coming back later when he's go moding this dungeon, since flippers are probably all that's in here. But if flippers are on that right side, oof, he's not coming back for a long time.
Yeah, that is the downside of making the fire rodless play in here. Meanwhile, Ken going to work through the front of Thieves Town here. The only real value is on the boss. We were thinking for quite a while that it was a valueless dungeon, and it almost was until it wasn't.
And he's going to get a little bit of an execution edge here with having that hook shot to move around a little bit. We'll see if he uses the hook shot to navigate up that conveyor room, or if he switches over to that blue cane he's got.
Well,
Stun prize is hard
to hook onto pots and chests here.
Yep, and stun prize is heart, so he's also got that going for him. He's basically invincible in this dungeon if he takes his time. All right, and TR baiting Smirk further and further in. Hey, you know what? Maybe right side's just the map and the compass in there, and maybe we just save some time. Maybe Ice Rod's. We've got Ice Rod already, but gosh, I don't think he's gonna preserve that portal and go right over to Skullwoods. I just don't think that's his next stop.
That seems unlikely.
Hookshot, Ken. Use that stun prize. Oh, I'm sorry. Stun prize is single green rupee. I must have misread the stun prize earlier on an enemy kill. My mistake.
Yeah, I think that might have either been an enemy that he missed a stun on, or maybe that
just came out of stun, yeah.
Yeah.
And Ken neither hooking nor caning, just kind of going slow. Not what you want to do in randomizer. Frozen prizes heart. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, meanwhile, Smirk has pulled half magic out of Mimic Cave and a small key out of the big chest, so the bait continues. Ken's going to be very careful here with the crickets, going to take the hook shot to them. It thankfully one-shots them. No matter what your sword is, it doesn't matter, just hook shot them instead. That would have been a nice time for a fourth piece of heart health refill there on Ken's side, but not to be, unfortunately.
He'll make it on through. I believe in him. We got a potion. We got a blue cane. Worst case is we have a very, very slow blind fight. Smirk making it all the way to Laser Bridge, hoping he's gonna find that fire rod, but he is not.
And the question becomes, does he find anything to make this play worthwhile, or is it all just time that he's going to have to spend again running back through the dungeon once he's found the fire rod elsewhere?
We could very easily find boots. We could very easily find flippers. We're gonna have to take these laser skips slow though, because no invincibility items whatsoever. Just some bottle goodies.
Yep, has chosen to take the safety door. Makes a lot of sense, especially if you're maybe not so comfortable with bootsless laser skips.
Okay, well there's one of our useless items. So yeah, that compass means it's not on the right side. Okay, there's first death. Ken taking this room extremely slow. Does not want to die in this dungeon. Don't blame him. Alright, Smirk. You gotta not take a laser hit now. And he doesn't take the hit. Alright, one more death. Let's see if he can do it without any more deaths.
Yeah, the $50, not really what you're looking for when you're performing bootsless laser skips. Does not
Nope.
feel good.
And it certainly is torture, but you gotta do it. The potential loss of time of giving up. Oh, happy he gets that key, but not gonna be happy when he does not get that fire rod in that last chest. Meanwhile, Ken going in on 3.5 hearts. He's got the blue cane already equipped. 4.5 hearts. Oops. Accidentally activates his blue cane.
Yeah, wanted to hookshot that heart to double it up, and did actually get the double up, I think.
No, he did not.
And here comes Safety Cane.
Yeah, Ken preserving his... Oh, and Smirk having to stop and decide where he wants to go next. He's got so many places, deciding whether he wants to try to preserve his portal and come back with Fire Rod. Says, nah, I'm going to be coming back through here again later. I'm going to be coming in with the right side stuff. Going to need the Fire Rod anyway. Probably going to be something like Ken death. Ooh.
Yeah,
and he's going to have to come back in here.
Cheated him of a hit the third phase there. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, it happens. He does not have his blue stick anymore. He's got more hearts going in, and he does have blue goo. I'm surprised he didn't pick up that heart. Oh yeah, that's gonna be devastating if that's the 2 minutes he loses by. Would not be the first time he almost did a major upset in this tournament by just a couple minutes. His first race against TJ, our track. Not TJ. Who was it the first week? Our Swedish friend, Josh Bittner. Swedish? Scandinavian. Ken actually barely lost to him that week. It was quite almost the upset, but Josh pulled it through there. All right, blind fight, take 2. Meanwhile, Smirk about to get his fire rod, so going to be way less behind now, assuming he eventually goes over to Graveyard Ledge, which is very likely after this.
Ken did manage to hit full hearts, and so got to use beam strats for the first and most of the second phase there. Now needs to make it stand up for one more hit.
Does Ken actually have a blue goo left? I didn't see last time he paused.
Yes.
Okay, so he just mismanaged his health to take the death. Picks up that hammer. Again, I wasn't looking at the pause screen. I don't know if it's a map in that. I know we picked up compass in Thieves Town. I don't know if the map is in that big chest or not. Meanwhile, Smirk gonna get his fire out a little bit more quickly. Okay, well, the speed at which Ken jumped out of there makes me think that there's no item in that big chest. Ken is gonna go do Smith Chain, it looks like. I think I don't blame him. It makes the most sense in the world to do Smith Chain and start with Dig Game and end on Hype Cave. And he's going to end with that red cane. That's going to send him presumably into Mire Desert area. Maybe it sends him into, well gosh, Ice Palace is a pendant, so we probably don't see Ice Palace this race. So yeah, I think it sends us into Desert and Mire. But we still don't have those flippers.
Smirk. Not sure what he wants to do.
Yeah, I think he's got all these far-flung orphan checks that he's got to decide. Okay, I haven't done Spike Cave yet, so maybe that's where we're going now. That has to be where we're going now, right? That's the only check left up here? I don't think he left a check in Hera.
Unless he wants to take the fire rod and go right back into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but I think it's faster to go the right way up to Turtle Rock, isn't it?
Well, he still doesn't have the hook shot.
Oh, right.
That's still
Right.
hiding away on Catfish, and he hasn't been anywhere near it. That
Yeah.
and Quake are both up there on kind of that northern
Right,
Dark World
because
loop,
and
he
again,
hasn't touched them.
it's funny. We were expecting that current jump to come in handy later, and it didn't. You would have kind of expected him to go across their check graveyard ledge. Maybe he was really eschewing it because he didn't have boots, so he couldn't do King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks at the same time.
And we're not going to get the Spike play, interestingly enough, with the easy magic refill in Turtle Rock. No, we're going to see the Turtle Rock return here, the spicy, salty run back of Turtle Rock on Smirk's side.
Yeah. Hookshot list too, so he's gonna have to do the fire rod room the slow way. Now he's committed at this point, so he's gonna go all the way back and finish off Trinex. It's gonna get him a crystal. I still think he's probably ahead on time because if you look down at the crystal count, Ken's got 2.
Ken has 3. He's just missing Desert.
Oh, you're right. I didn't see Hera. My apologies.
Yeah, the way Hera lights up makes that a little difficult to discern sometimes. I've made that mistake.
All right, and Ken doing what you would expect as far as looping in this chest. He is going to be able to hit up Stumpy, and he's got the shovel, so he's going to do that along with this. I believe that is still unchecked on Smirk's side, unless he took a special trip just for shovel. If someone can tell me that.
I don't believe he's been back for that one.
Right, Smirk doing this room the right way without hookshot.
Had to make a brief loop around on that little northern I've made a mistake loop. But he did at least notice before he started using the fire rod.
Half magic. We got plenty of mistake juice. Meanwhile,
and
he's gonna go
red
kill
20s
Kenix.
there on the fire rod lock side, so nothing there.
Meanwhile, Ken's got to get comfortable and circle around his portal 3 times before he sits down.
It's kind of a cattish maneuver, isn't it? You have to make sure that there's nothing on the spot you're trying to lay down on before you actually lay down on it.
All right.
Although that might be more appropriate on Smirk's side with the cat bunny form.
Okay, and Dig Spot has a change of clothes. The best safety item in the game besides cape.
Yeah, besides powder.
All right, now Ken, if he's thinking ahead, is not gonna actually be on his bombs. He's gonna go over to hookshot so he can hookshot that big old rock he's about to lift here. But no, he wasn't thinking that far ahead. You got also a couple plants up here he could be hooking if he listened to his mentor. Oh no, Ken! What? Why? Why, Ken? Smirk did this too.
Ken smells red cane. He's being drawn to it.
Just people like bringing the follower into. Not even bringing the follower in. He follows you in there. He's not afraid to hang out with this guy. It's just, the princess that doesn't like him. And monkeys. Well, there's our red cane. So Ken is actually just flippers away from go mode.
Yep, flippers and that 1 in 22 chance of boots.
The dream lives. That
Yeah,
1 in 22 chance of green pennant boots.
Yeah, you may as well treat it like go mode. It's unlikely that, you're going to need those boots in the grand scheme of things, but the GT climb, if nothing else, without boots is just not fun.
Oh, thank goodness. For a second there, I thought Ken was gonna abandon the chest and try to go into swamp. gonna have to say, Ken, you don't have no, you can't do that yet. I believe he hasn't been to desert yet, so is he just gonna walk over there now? I believe it would be quicker to fly anyway.
Well, without a book, he's going to need to fly because he's not going in the front door.
That's true. Now, which way is he going in? Oh yeah, he's already checked Agina's cave, so all he's got here to check is Meyer Shack and Checkerboard Cave. And then he can. Oh wait, he's already checked the Meyer Shack, so it's just Checkerboard Cave and going into Meyer itself now.
Yeah, he has the full loadout for Meyer. It's absolutely possible for him to make this play.
I think it's the right choice to make. I missed it, but I think Smirk took a safety death just to get full life.
To refill health, yes.
Well, I guess not full life.
It'd be nice if you actually got your full heart complement back at that point, but you don't.
It's always nice to know which one was the sank heart, and Ken showing us it was that big heart in the Meyer Shack. All right, and Trinex's going down really fast here too. Don't blink. We're we're halfway through the fight, and I noticed it was happening. Misses a couple swipes, but gets it done about. I think there was one unnecessary head lunge with tempered. If you're not doing backdoor strats on him here, so let's see how well he does on the circling around the drain phase. Not perfect, but good enough as long as he doesn't take a hit. And he didn't take a hit.
Yeah, gonna pick up another crystal here, but that 300
right.
bucks is not the item that he's looking for.
That's not flippers, that's not boots, that's not hookshot, that's not Quake. He doesn't even know he needs Quake, does he? No, he's done the check. He knows he needs Quake. So yeah, he's probably not happy about that. Actually, I'm checking his webcam. He's not happy about that. So, an hour 15 in here. Let's say thank you to everyone making this restream possible. That's both of the runners here, both some great dudes that gin up a lot of activity inside the Rando community. linktothepastken and smercjd. My name is JohntheBranch. With me co-commentating is why don't you say it again? Because I always say it wrong.
I am Miendiem. Our tracker today is tjjoll and Trey Spyre, pushing those buttons to get their restream together, all that back end work that has to happen so that you can see both runners at the same time.
All right, and Spike Cave coming up here. We already saw this on Ken's side, so we know it's nothing special. And then let's see what Ken finds. And Flipper, Ken is in go mode. Ladies and gentlemen, Ken is in go mode. Smirk is 2 items away from go mode. Ken is 1 crystal behind, but he's in go mode Meyer now. He's gonna mirror over to Desert Palace. He took that death against blind. This is a close race.
Yeah,
Are you excited?
Not 2 away from go mode. He's 3. He needs not only those flippers, but also the hookshot and the Quake medallion yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I keep forgetting about that Quake medallion too. Wow. And going back and doing the single check with the shovel check.
Yeah, Ken's choice to hookshot across there and make that kind of one-off check of Graveyard Ledge really paid off for him.
He had to have that. He also had to have that hook shot. So it was also checking that scamfish, which wasn't too. I mean, it makes sense that it got super orphaned on Smirk's side. He checked Zora before that, and we said, hey, he's not coming back to catfish, and he hasn't.
Yeah, it's one of those locations that, you know, you can make choices that make it a better or a worse check, and right now, Smirk has kind of made deliberate choices to orphan that location.
Now, isn't this always the way, Ken? You finally get that go mode item in Meyer, and big key chest is on cutscene chest.
Yep, you know, you think, alright, I'm in go mode, I can do these dungeons just as fast as possible. Why are the big keys in the worst possible locations?
And the big it's only God Meyer when you're not in go mode. That's the rule. It's just the rule. All right. So assuming that boots are not on green pendant turn-in, and Bob isn't hiding that big key on his torch, I think Ken might be in the lead here. There's
He
that big
certainly
key.
has an advantage of being in go mode already. He gets to go to Turtle Rock and do it in one dip. Going to get to go to Swamp Palace, check just as little as he wants. Smirk just about to pick up the medallion here in the graveyard ledge.
All right, Ken is not going to do spooky here. I 100% guarantee you. Don't expect it. He has not learned it. There's plenty of other tricks on his plate that he's still getting on. It's executionally not the hardest trick in the book to learn, but it only saves you about 15 seconds on a good day. So it's just not really it's not. It's good. You should learn it, but you shouldn't learn it first.
Okay, Smirk with Quake is going to flute to 5. Is he going to go back for Helmasaur King here?
He is. Let's see what's on Helmasaur King. At least we're gonna find that we're gonna solve that mystery today. Or
no, he's walking on by. Is
catfish.
this a pyramid catfish play?
No, I
If
think
it
he's
is,
already
he's
checked
going to be-
pyramid.
Oh, you're right, he has. So he's going to be hot on Link to the Pastken's heels now. Or at least I thought he had, but he seems to be going to check the pyramid ledge anyway.
Oh, maybe he had. Oh no, he never has checked the pyramid ledge because he's been putting it off. I think he's been hoping that he was going to get flippers and do it along with Swamp Palace. Meanwhile, he's going to find that big old bloopy that taunted Ken right after that Aga play.
What a different seed this would have been if that had been the Moon Pearl instead.
Miendiem, I hate to say it, but I think that play into Aga 1 was the right play for Ken. Like, it wasn't logically necessary, but it put him on the right side of the Dark World to just put him everywhere he needed to be.
Yeah, it really does seem to have caused Ken to make the checks in a manner that was just a little quicker than the way that Smirk's gone about it.
I wouldn't say just a little bit quicker, a lot quicker, because Smirk has had an execution advantage this entire seed. We're gonna see probably a difference in 30 checks, even if they had the same finish time. And the way it's going, it's not gonna be the same finish time. Ken is gonna mirror here. He's gonna go into desert. Then once he's done with desert, he's gonna flute over to 4, and then take that portal, go into Swamp Palace, go mode that, and then he's gonna fly up to the mountain, go mode Turtle Rock, and then he's in GT. Gosh, I guess I was wrong about what time it was at the top of the broadcast. All right, and Ken finding out that he is in go mode because he actually just learned that himself.
Boots not
Just
required
occurred
for
to me
desert at the
that-
very least.
Yeah, he did not actually know he was in go mode. I mean, we're gonna pretend we're in go mode, right? If you don't have boots, you just tell yourself we're in. Ken. Oh wait, yeah, he has to go get the big key. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yep, desert not one of those palaces that you're allowed to get away without the big key in.
Yeah, why is he farming arrows? I think he's being a little too cautious. Probably letting his nerves get the better of him. We are 80 minutes into the seed.
Yeah, particularly when you have the silvers, not necessary to make sure that you are absolutely on the tip top of the arrow counter.
And Jim Bro, you asked where are the flips? Well, Smirk is about to find the flips, actually. He took that hook shot, and he's actually following it into the correct location. He doesn't have many places left to go, so this makes sense. So he's actually hot on Ken's heels now. Not as far behind as we thought, because he's got Desert Palace down. Wow, this is a race. Now he's still...
And he's got TR down, that's the thing.
He got Quake. I didn't see him go up to Graveyard Ledge. So yeah, he's got that too now. Obviously he got Quake. That's how he was able to get into here. So yeah, he's gonna be in go mode too. He picked up those items lightning quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit Graveyard Ledge, grabbed Quake, then went over to 5, went to check Pyramid, saw the bloopy, went up, got the hook shot, and said, alright, well, it's Mire time. Because without the boots, he needed the hook shot to be able to get in. Even once he found Quake, it was not nearly enough. You have to be able to cover that gap somehow in Mire 1.
Yeah, so we thought Ken was ahead, but maybe not. Oh yeah, and chat pointing out Ken's also got TR. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take my statement back. Smirk is ahead. Yeah, because Smirk is not gonna have to do TR. He's gonna go through Swamp Palace faster than Ken is. Not to besmirch Ken, but he's gonna probably do that right side diver down a little quicker. He's gonna just run through that dungeon a little faster. So yeah, it's gonna be a close race, but it's probably Smirk's game to lose. I almost said Smirk's game to win. I guess it's that too. Ken having some trouble with this silver triple snakes.
Going to go back to the Tempered Sword here, which is just fine. Get a couple of spins in on each of them, they go away.
Yep. Oh, and gets that last little tonk in. All right, and Ken getting his flute ready, picks up his first little dinner plate. 5 crystals down, 2 to go.
Yep, we'll see. Swamp from Ken first here, you would have to think. No reason to make more than one mountain climb when you don't have to. Smirk going to wait out this cutscene, having found that small key in the northern fire-locked chest, is going to come down here for the big key.
Yep, he's gonna hit his big key, go back, fight Viddy himself. Now he's definitely looking sad and dejected, but he's doing good. He's sitting pretty. He wasn't 10 minutes ago, but now he is. He just doesn't know it.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to know it when you realize that you have made an entirely unnecessary full clear of TR and then had to run all the way back through it to kill the boss. And that
you're
still
ahead.
doesn't have the progression you were looking for. You can't feel ahead at that point.
Yeah.
Little do you know that your opponent bit on the bait for Aga and had to get the Moon Pearl after making the 5 or 6 minute play up Aga Tower. So it kind of balances out that first full clear of TR versus the Aga Tower play.
All right. Well, Smirk did not set up Spooky, so he's having to do this the slow way. Ken doing his dip into Swamp Palace. See if Smirk can catch that Swamp Crystal before Ken does, or if Ken makes it out of here first and at least has the advantage if you ignore the fact that Turtle Rock has to be cleared.
Yeah, we'll probably see them in the dungeon at the same time, if briefly. This is a really quick dungeon to go mode, as long as you don't think you're looking for anything, and really the only outstanding items left would be something like Butter Sword or another bottle.
Yeah,
it's
and
kind
honestly,
of difficult to say, I'm going to open chests in this situation.
At this point in the seed, Butter Sword probably slows you down. Just by the lag it makes in different locations. Alright, gonna kill that Stalfos, which does nothing. Only killing the red Stalfos reduces lag. Smirk, gonna mirror out. Gonna flute over to 4.
Yep, this is the part where it's going to look on the screen like the chase begins in earnest, but recall that Smirk already has Turtle Rock done.
Oh, Smirk sees
Smirk
it. He's
flips to 7.
realizes it too. Does not
going
look
to need
happy.
something here yet called the Dark
He's
World
on
portal.
tilt. He doesn't need to be on tilt, but we've all been on tilt there. Ken, you need the big key for that. I understand wanting to check every room you walk through. Let's see if he divers down or if he does it the vanilla way. He does it the vanilla way, so he's not going to check those 2 extra chests.
You know, that's fine when you're on silvers, red mail, tempered sword. You shouldn't really be worrying about checking chests any longer. Just get through the dungeon as quickly as you know how.
Yep, if you're not checking those 2 chests, doing this the vanilla way, I think is what, maybe 10 seconds slower. It's not a huge, especially if you're not picking up that diver down first try. If you're new to the trick and it's one of those things where it takes you 15-30 seconds each try, if you're not checking those 2 chests, it's going to be quicker to honestly push that statue and just walk. Ken is going to check the waterfall chest. Going to learn to read finally. We made it to
finally.
we made it to week 7. Yeah, 7 weeks into this tournament, and we have learned to read.
Yep, getting nearly simultaneous small key pickups there, but in mildly different locations in the dungeon.
Yep. Smirk hot ahead of Ken's heels, so to speak, as Ken heads into the Argus fight with that red water, reminding us all of Zelda 2. All right, just clear this.
That has a long and storied history all the way back to Zelda 1, actually.
Oh yeah, we did have some red. Oh, gonna go for the not even 2 spins with that tempered. He's going straight for the silvers. Let's see if he nails it, and he doesn't. Backup strats, Ken. Two spins, really fast. Well, he's got to show off for the crowd, and he gets it. All
Giving
right.
the people what they want, the magical ammunition fired willy-nilly around the room.
He's gonna mirror out here, flute up to 1. It's gonna go through Turtle Rock. By the time he's out, he's gonna be behind. I assume Smirk does not know GT Spooky, so we're not gonna get to see that shown off after he takes out Argus. Do we have a working big key guessing game bot? Can somebody in the know in chat let us know? Oh, well, how did you walk through that block, Smirk? That's amazing.
Yeah, that was impressive, wasn't it? I'm not sure how you do that. I'm fairly certain he didn't want to do that, but that's
I'm certain he did not want to do that.
That's
but,
an entirely separate.
It was
part
quite the party trick. All right, and Smirk also learns to read.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just need a little light reading while you're on the duck trying to fly around the world.
Nothing like a book that teaches you how to read. All right, so we are doing numbers in chat when the time comes. So okay, in about 90 seconds here, Smirk is gonna finish making quick work of Argus, and that crystal's gonna come down, and he's gonna catch it, and a whole bunch of numbers are gonna start showing up in chat. And you watching this, you're gonna want to type in one of those numbers too. Now, 1 through 22 is recommended because that's the number of checks in GT that can be the big key.
Yep, that's the name at the end of the game where you have to rummage around in the basement of Ganon's tower. You know, it's a bit of a yard sale in there. Whole bunch of junk, but one big key that you need to go climb the tower.
And if you guess the number right, which check that Smirk got the big key on, then everyone else in chat gets mad at you, and you win all the internet points. All numbers must be integers, Jon Snow. I'm sorry. All right, and there's our crystal catch. You should guess a number. Since there's no bot, it doesn't matter if you guessed your number first. Don't think you're gonna have luck with imaginary numbers or irrational numbers, folks. Just none. There's no pie chest.
Oh, but there should be. Everyone loves pie.
There's no Planck's constant chest. I'm sorry.
I do see that comment there in chat, but Bob's torch would be pure chaos.
Oh no, it would. It absolutely would.
Who's up for vanilla boots
what?
at this late date?
We want the seed to be over, but yeah, that would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? That would be a lot of fun. All right. I was not paying attention. Did Smirk stage a spooky?
I don't believe so.
I don't think he was holding down and right as he as the duck flew away. That's how you know you're arming it.
Yep,
Right.
Ken picking up his couple of rupees there on the right side front of TR. Not really what you want to find here, of course. When you're looking for the big key, you don't get the lovely opportunity to skip any chests.
If I recall, that big key was on lava chest, so
yeah, it's vanilla today.
Yeah, we're basically full clearing this dungeon, minus I think we even have to do laser bridge. We'll see if we skip big chest and the obviously we can check mimic cave. We can expect to see Ken skip big chest, but if he doesn't, don't be too shocked. And just gonna turn on that blue cane to not have to deal with those chain jumps. And Smirk is going into GT. All those crystals are spinning. The screen is flashing white because we decided I guess that wasn't a photosensitivity issue, and we're climbing up in there. What do we got? Are we going right? We're going Hope Room. We're hoping it's in Hope Room and not on Bob's torch. Not gonna go look on Bob's torch first. Not gonna look there first. Don't want to see what's on there. And there's a heart. And we got a key? We don't have a key. All right, well, our next check, moment of truth. Also, this is my check number, so I also win if it's here.
Yep, Smirk is not a hope, get a small key, go right router anyway.
And
he's going to go
relief.
left whether he found one or not.
All right. We maintain our commanding lead on Smirk's side, especially because we know that there was not a small key on the right side. So if Ken goes Hope Room, he's going left afterward anyway. So yep, Smirk pretty much has to unload GT to fall behind here. In fact, I think if he unloads GT, he's probably going to be about even here.
Yep, and it's not an impossible trick to do. We saw it in the main tournament for 2021 from a couple of runners, and if runners of that caliber can do it, anybody can do it.
You might argue that better runners do it more often, and Smirk is a pretty good runner.
Yeah, some small keys and some refill there in the Stelco's room, and that's it.
Oh, getting knocked down.
Get bumped off by a spike.
Yeah. Stalfos didn't want to play nice, and Spike came up behind and... Oh! Oh, that's right. It was the Switch not playing nice, not the Stalfos. Okay, Ken does check the big key. He's going to be able to... I believe that means he's going to be able to skip Laser Bridge. Could be wrong.
Was there a key in Crystal Roller?
We're going to find out in about 10 seconds. I lied. I forgot about this room. Make it 20 seconds. All
also,
right,
I suppose
Smirk.
that we might want to point out that Smirk has found the boots.
Oh yeah, we did get the boots finally. So wouldn't that have been amazing if maybe he went out of here and didn't keep looking and they were in here if that big key had been on the torch. All right, Ken presumably going to pick up the magic refill here because yes, he will need to go to Laser Bridge. Accidentally takes a detour. That's okay. He knows his way around this room. And big key, big key. Do we got a big key? We got a very slow shield and still no big key. Maybe it's on right side, Smirk.
He'll be displeased if it is. Smirk is not a very big fan of Compass Room.
We've got Compass Room, and we've also got, oh, what's the name of that room? The right side equivalent to Randomizer Room. I can't remember its name. After you do the Gibdos.
That's
with the
compass
hard
room.
hat beetles.
Yeah, that's compass room.
Oh, compass room. Thank you. I didn't hear you. All right, and we get to bonk here. Get over to Bob's chest. Makes it nice and simple. We still don't have powder, so if you let him bounce a second time there, you don't have to get in there and tangle with him. He'll just let himself out. That's okay. Smirk has life and magic to tank. Meanwhile, Ken gonna turn on his blue cane. Where was that half magic? I do not remember.
See, now that's what I'm trying to remember, because I remember calling it when he found it forever ago.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, Ken found his key. Let's see if he bothered. He's not even gonna check that last check. He doesn't care. All right, map.
Our
Big key.
tracker is
All
going to
right.
cover me there. It was Mimic Cave.
What was that number? Who was counting? That was on the second check behind Ice Arbos, and
That
we
ought to be
did not.
16 then.
Yeah, and we
Because he
did
went
not
hope
get to go
left.
right. So he's making the climb. Let's see. Okay. Transitioning this room 138.52. I didn't check unique timestamp before that. So let's see when Ken hits the first mimic room. Probably should have looked at the timer when he picked up that big key. Seen what our difference in time here was. So unless Smirk takes a death or has some other major mistake, that death that Ken took on blind is actually not going to make the difference. So he's at least not going to have to stress about that tonight. Smirk does not opt for the safety room. I think he's still got 2 blue goos. He's got silvers. He's got fire rod, half magic. He should be able to come up here. Those blue goos, if you run out of magic or life, are kind of like rocket fuel coming up GT, especially with half magic. You just zoom up this. I kind of even disagree with this. I think 3 fire rod shots is a lot faster than even switching over to ether.
Yeah, faster if you connect. Sometimes the skeletons will get on those conveyors and do things you don't really expect. Ether guaranteed to hit them. If you're in a situation where you're thinking, you know what, I just need to be done with this room, Ether will get the job done for you.
Alright, gets that free hit on that. Oh, bonks on the skull there. He's not going to get 40 in by the end of the race. He's definitely not going to make the namesake of his favorite social hangout in the ALTTPR community. Let's see if he gets a quick triple arrows on. Oh, nope. Land mode 2 going to give him a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, 40's not the easiest number to hit unless you're playing Kaz Boots on the ladder. I've been informed that if you find the Boots item placed, you get to double your bonk counter. So then all you have to do is hit 20, and that's pretty reasonable.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's how the game worked. All right, Ken, opening up that GT. Let's see if he goes straight left. I assume he's going to go Hope Room. If I recall, that's his default.
Yeah, it's a pretty normal, standard kind of play for a lot of rando runners.
All right, Wizrobe Room, no problem.
I happen to know that one of Smirk's mentors, Homemade Beer, is a very big proponent of just going left.
Wizrobe
Which,
2.
you know, seems to work out for him.
All right. Ken's gonna go see those 3 bombs on top of Bob's torch and say, you know what, Bob, you get to look unique today. You get to stay different. All right. Nope, he's not going to unload the tower. He's going for that full magic refill. It's going to take it slow. Let his heart slow down a couple beats per minute while he does it. Chill out. Not lose the game to a big major screw up like that, which is the right call. Pick up the second key here. You don't want to have to walk back in here for it. You're not checking those chests for the gold sword. You're just go, go, go. Now at this point, the only way you can lose is execution or just big screw ups. And at this point, gosh, well, Ken is he's still got to go finish up here and go all the way around to Ice Armos. We're looking at least a 5-minute difference.
Yeah, that big key is buried awfully deep here.
Oh yeah, we're talking more than 5. We're looks like about a 7-minute difference. And there's Ken's boots.
Yep, double fire bar room holding some value for us today.
All right, it is time for Smirk's geometry test. Let's see if he studied last night. All right, well, we got 2. Let's see if we can get 2 more. Oh, no more. That's okay.
Not the most cooperative pattern in the world with that blue ball coming out.
Your heart's racing, Smirk, but you got this. And there's another double, but I think that last double didn't only counted for 1, so we got 1 last hit. Okay, we got it.
Yeah, that wizard falls to the ground, the pig appears, turns into a bat to fly away. You have to wonder what other forms Ganon might have on tap in the future.
He could turn into a lot of animals, that's for sure. I think he'd turn into an animal with a little more chill sometime. And Smirk is going to drop in here. He knows how to do this fight. He's done it dozens of times by now. He's got his silvers, he's got his temper. He's just got to hit Ganon 12 times, and then hit Ganon 12 times again, and then hit him 4 times, and then hit him 4 times again with some silvers interspersed. Meanwhile, Ken should line up against the bottom of the wall if he wants to dash across the bottom of this room. Accidentally hitting that warp tile just like Smirk did. Well, trying to get into Ganon's little safety spot and do some spins. Ends up switching over to that blue cane. Wants to preserve his life because he's got lots of magic right now. Might as well wait until his life's a little, or sorry, his magic's a little lower to pop that first blue goo. I believe he still has 2 of them. I don't think he's used one yet. This does slow the fight down, but honestly, if you're in this situation, I say it's worth it to just be safe. Safe is a lot faster than death. He's definitely got his 12 hits
number 1, as I've been saying time and again recently, dying. Oh.
Dying is a lot slower than safe. And phase 3.
Ken has made it over to Ice Armos, is going to be picking the GT Big Key up as well here momentarily.
All right, and that was that a double or a triple?
That was a double.
All right, and there's the 3rd hit. He's going to have to light 1 more torch. He doesn't even have to line him up because it's just 1 more poke and 1 more stick. Oh, accidentally hits him.
Actually got a silverless slash in there.
And get your GGs in chat for smercjd. Got his first race in. Oh, by the way, Ken, following up behind, he is just under 8 minutes behind, FYI. So get your GGs in chat if you're not already, which I'm not seeing enough GGs. I demand more GGs in chat for smercjd. He has won his first race in this tournament. Or sorry, in the brackets of this tournament. And let's see who wants to do. Well, let's see. How far behind is Ken? I feel like Ken is far enough behind that if Smirk wants to do an interview, we can get started. And hey, look who's here! You should probably unmute yourself, buddy.
Sorry about that. Hello.
Hey, good game to you.
You earned that cigarette, buddy.
Whew, yeah. Did you see that? I was really stressing, man. I don't know what was up today. I just was so nervous. And
You had a right to be. Ken was clowning it. He knew you had his number. He said something in the MT General a couple days ago about how you smoked him, and he played a very unconventional seed, and he almost beat you. He's actually he's taking the safety door on the GT climb right now.
Oh,
So
wow.
you were just shy of 8 minutes ahead going up to the climb.
Oh my gosh. Yikes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So that TR play felt so bad. I was like, oh, I don't know what happened, but I just kind of forgot about Skull Woods.
We've got Compass
Like
Room.
I think
We've
I
got,
was like, oh
we've
yeah,
also
I should
got,
check Skull Woods,
oh,
and
what's
then
the
I
name
was
of
like,
that
oh
room?
wait, I don't have the hammer
right
or
side
something,
equivalent
and
to
for some
randomizer
reason
room.
that
I
made me
can't
go
remember its
down.
name.
I don't know. It was
After
so
you do the
weird. I just like
Kindos.
got myself so confused.
That's
With the
Compass
hard
And
Room.
then next thing I know, I'm going to TR. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's Compass Room.
I'm like, wait, what did I
Oh, Compass Room.
miss?
Thank you. Oh, you are gonna have to wait until Ken gets in here for
yeah.
us to tell you about it, because
And we get to
you were
Bob's
running
here.
off of execution
Get over
here.
to
Like
Bob's
that's like
chest.
Ken was like this cryptid behind
Makes
you
a
all
nice
the time.
sipple.
Like
We still
you're
don't have
running,
powder,
running,
so,
and he
if
just
you
takes
let
a
him bounce
shortcut
second
and goes
time, though,
right
you don't have to
past
get
where
in
you
there
were.
and
Now
Oh,
entangle
he
him.
did
gosh.
have a
It
couple
just,
things
it
on.
just let
Like
himself
if
out.
if he didn't do Aga, he took the
That's
Aga
okay.
bait,
Smirk has life and
because
magic
who
to tank.
expects
Mhm.
arrows
Yeah.
Turn on his blue
and
cane.
and Moon Pearl in
And Moon
Eastern.
Pearl in Eastern. Yeah, I would have done. I almost did it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we saw you last locationing that, and then he also took a death on blind. But I think if not
Oh,
for that, he was really close to you. Besides those two issues,
oh
but yeah,
wow.
we're gonna see him finish. He's gonna finish up the race here, so we're just gonna hang out with you and talk a little more shop about this. Gosh, you played it
Um,
pretty conventional.
yeah. So I don't know. I just remember my mentors telling me, like be, thorough with the Sphere Zero and things like that. And like I kind of felt on this one, but I'm glad I didn't. Like I was thorough, and I should have just gone to Eastern when I was there. I started heading for it, and something was like, no, it's not. And then I was like, wait, what? Just do it. Um. So anyway, so I ended up last location, like you said. And then after that, I think I did all right. It was just until the Skull Woods blunder. I just kind of forgot it existed. And next thing I know, I'm doing everything wrong. So I felt my routing was pretty bad. And then I think it's kind of like, I always tell people this, like whenever I have a seed without boots, I start kind of just like lulling a bit. And so then I lose track of what I was thinking. Like Boots kind of helps me really focus on execution and focus on routing even for some reason. I don't know. It's just so weird. And Boots being in GT, Hookshot being like, it was on Catfish, right? And I like took forever to get that. So like those are like my two items. Like those are my jam items. Having those, I just feel like, I get that go go go. So I don't know. This one kind of felt a little bad, not gonna lie, but I just stuck through it, I guess.
All right, well, we're going to do something a little unconventional here, because we just found out that Ken is listening in, but his microphone's not working right now, so he's actually just going to have to talk to us in the Twitch chat to respond to any questions we have. So we're going to actually start asking him questions here. I'm going to spoil the magic. Ken did finish the race through the magic of television. I will tell you that sometime in the next 10 minutes he will GG here and finish out, because I want to start talking about some of these wacky plays Ken did, because you did some excellent fundamentals, and you showed us a great tour of Hyrule, and you ultimately won the race and did an excellent job. I want to hear the mindset. I guess my question for you, Ken, if you're listening, what was your entire mindset this entire race? I'm behind. And I guess same question for you, Smirk. When did you start thinking I'm behind?
Okay, so I sort of started feeling I'm behind as soon as I was going into East. Once I got the bow and pearl there, I felt okay, maybe I'm ahead. So then I felt okay, but then after I was in TR and going up there without a hookshot or a fire rod, and then getting into that laser bridge where it took me a billion tries, that's when I was like, there's no way. I can't make this back up. So that's kind of how I felt. and then worried about the boots. Like I was not sure like if those are going to be necessary. I was like, do I check extra chests or no? And then we're talking to a mentor. It's like, well, it's a 1 in 22 chance, so you should.
Yeah.
So,
Ken was exactly had the same thing in mind. Everyone was wondering if Twitch chat was gonna get its delight on that third spot on that torch.
oh man, yeah. If it were there, I wouldn't even know where to start because I left so many items. You know, like there's tons of things I left. I did hear you guys asking a question about half magic and where it was. It was in Mimicape, by the way.
Yeah. Someone in chat told us it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then Ken skipped it because he was already in Go mode by then. So
which was the sensible thing to do. The seed.
Yeah, that someone was our tracker. tjjoll was catching us back up there.
By the way, speaking of trackers, thank you guys so much for doing this today. I know, like, it's really nice that you guys decided to restream and do comms and tracking for us. It just makes me feel really good about that. So thank you guys.
You're welcome. All right, well, Ken, we had a ton of minuscule questions we're not going to be able to ask you about some of your fun little quirky aside things, but I'm guessing the answer to most of those questions are going to be, I felt behind, so I decided to do something spicy. It's going to be my big guess there. This was not the end for Ken or the end for this week for Smirk. They've got another race tomorrow at just half an hour later, correct? It's at 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow?
That's correct, yeah. 8:30 Eastern. Wait, no, 8 p.m. Eastern, that's right.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern. That delay will be 8:10 p.m. Eastern. I don't think we've got a restream on it, so you're gonna have to watch it on a their individual Twitch channels. But that's okay. You're gonna see some amazing expressions from Smirk as the different checks come and don't come.
Wait.
Miendiem, do you have any Miendiem, do you have any more questions for the runners here? I feel like I've been owning the whole interview.
No, that's fine. I think you have in fact managed to hit the highlights, so let me say to both of our runners, thank you for agreeing to be restreamed here. There is of course no show if we have no runners willing to allow themselves to be put out there. Thank you both for putting on a great show for us this evening. John, it's been a pleasure calming with you. tjjoll, of course, our tracker, and Trey Spyre doing all of that work to actually get the restream up and off the ground. John, I'm going to let you go ahead and close this one up, I think, as we watch linktothepastken putting just a couple of more silver sticks into the pig.
Yep. All right. Thank you to Miendiem. Thank you, runners. You put on a fantastic show. You've both put a ton of improvement into this into the last 6 weeks, and I expect to see a lot more in the next few. And hope to run into both of you on ladder in the next couple months now that we all have time to not be in a tournament. So yeah, let's watch this pig stick. I don't think we're gonna wait out on the credits to close out the broadcast, but yeah.
I did want to reiterate GG's to Link to the Pastken, if that's okay. So sorry about that.
Oh yeah, no, GG.
Didn't mean to interrupt. GG's to you, Ken. That was a really close match. I was definitely sweating them. So good job, man.
All right, and you still got to beat him one more time. He's coming for you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow for the rematch.
Good night, everybody.